and welcome to the show. I have two guests with me. Let me have them introduce themselves, and then we'll have to get to know them a little bit better. So, ladies first, please introduce yourself,
Yes,
your name, and what you do.
Thank you. So my name is Eva. I'm from Germany. I studied there until July this year with a focus on law at a university in Berlin. And I'm in Uzbekistan for 4 months now, and yeah, I like to get to know the country a bit better.
Cool. Well, thank you. Octavio, please let us know about yourself.
I am Octavio Calvo. This is my second time here actually. I am a professor in the Tashkent Institute of Chemical Technology. I am a doctor in biotechnology, so I'm involved here in education in Uzbekistan.
Oh, okay. Let's start with you and education. So tell us a little bit more about the work that you do here, and then we'll take it from there. What do you do actually in the biotechnology field and all of that? Tell us a little bit more about that.
Well, I do two different things. And one of them is teaching students, either bachelor or master, even a couple of PhD, but PhD is only with their projects and stuff like that, and also do some research. Right now we are analyzing some plants from the RLC. These are plants that are drug resistant, that are difficult to find elsewhere in the world.
Plants?
Plants,
okay.
Exactly. So
okay.
They have developed some terpenes, some compounds that,
okay.
that help in that drug resistance. So they may have some pharmaceutical
applications.
Exactly.
Oh, wow. So this is very interesting. Now, is this a study that you're doing on basically native plants for medicinal purposes maybe in the future?
Exactly. In collaboration with a university in Kazakhstan and a university in Hungary.
Oh, okay. Cool. And these plants, are they like only in one place? That's why it's important? That's why you have universities coming here?
Yeah, exactly. Because of what happened to the RLC, the way how the waters receded and
yes.
everything, the plants that stay there, it's called some desert Aralpon or something like that. I don't quite remember. Okay. So the plants that were there on the place where water was before, they have some specific characteristics that allow them to be drought resistant. So they develop genetics
so that they're resistant to drought?
Sort of like that, yes.
Wow, that's very interesting because yes, plants developing that sort of adaptation will be definitely interesting.
Yeah, exactly.
In a short lifespan, it's not like over thousands of years. It's just decades or something like that, a couple of decades. Wow, wonderful, cool. So Eva, you're saying that you're new here.
Yes, exactly.
And so how do you like Tashkent, and tell us about the other countries that you have seen?
Well, I've not seen so many countries so far, but I have also lived in Turkey last year for some months, for 7 months to be precise.
Cool.
And yes, I lived in Istanbul, which is a great city. It's very, very big and also crowded, but still it's wonderful to be there and to just walk around the streets, to try the food, etc. And now in Tashkent, I'm also very happy to be here. And yeah, I think Uzbekistan is great because also of its nature, and you can just, on the weekend, you can just drive to the mountains and hike there and just be alone with you in nature and enjoy it. I think that's the point.
That's very good. Now, how do you compare Turkey with Uzbekistan? Is there any comparison or no?
Yes, of course there is, because the countries are somehow connected, because it's both Turkic cultures
yes.
and languages too. So I started to learn Turkish, and that even helps me a bit now here with Uzbek. It's not like I understand Uzbek when I hear it, or I can't understand any newspaper articles, but for example in the supermarket, when I try to understand what ingredients the products have, I can understand some words because they are sometimes exactly the same in Turkish. So that's something which is similar. And yeah, I also think that, for example, both both the people in Turkey and both the people in Uzbekistan are open-minded and friendly and like to small talk. Maybe a bit more than I'm used to it from Germany, because Germans don't like small talk too much. But yeah, I think that's also
What do Germans do?
comfortable.
Just get into the main problem, main issue, and just get out to the point and out.
Well, yes, not 100%, but they tend to be a bit more straightforward and yes.
Okay, all
I
right.
think.
Good to know. Good hint. Now, I also know that you do a little bit of music. So tell us about that.
Yes, I play the trombone.
Nice. So it's a brass instrument, like
Exactly.
a trumpet,
Yes,
but
it's
bigger?
a bit like the trumpet, but bigger. Exactly.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah,
How long
I
have
started.
you been doing that?
I started to play the trombone or to learn playing the trombone when I was 8, actually. So
Okay.
when I was in primary school still, and yeah, then we also had some kind of a band, but very basic at first, because we still had to learn how to play the instrument in the first place.
All right.
And then when I was in high school, I joined a big band, which was really fun, and there we also had some concerts, and I also joined the local the traditional brass orchestra of my hometown. Yeah, and now here in Uzbekistan, I've not joined a band yet, but I might in the future, because I still enjoy
Do you mind
doing music.
me asking, what type of music do you play? Traditional folk music, German music?
Yes, so in the big band we played jazz music,
Jazz, nice.
and at that traditional orchestra we played like traditional music, but also modern concert music. For example, we played waltzes or church music if there was some church event in the village, polka. Yes, that kind of music.
Well, do you have your trombone? Did you bring your trombone with you? Not here, but to Tashkent.
Yes.
Okay, maybe we'll ask you to play here for us at some point. And definitely there are places that we can actually, there are foreign bands here that are looking for, especially the jazz, and we can introduce you to them as well. So, cool, very nice. Octavio, now with this interesting research that you do and you also actually teach, what is in store? What's in the near future for you?
Well, it's to hopefully get a couple of papers published, accepted.
Okay.
We are going back and forth with the editors. You know how that is. It's like,
Yes.
yeah, you write it, they will tell you what they think about it, then you change a little bit, and it's pretty much about publishing.
Well, I'm one of the editors, so yeah. I'm sorry that the pain
You're
that
an
my
editor?
people.
Or which you're,
No, I was not now, but I was. So, which kind of?
I have myself like that.
and I'm on this side of the.
Yeah, it's like that.
So, which publications are you aiming for right now?
Well, since I also work on the food department, food technology department, we have mayonnaise, which where we replace starch and antioxidants with natural products like sesame meal and lemon zest. And on the other side, it's a margarine where we replace part of the fat once again, but in this case with inulin, which are fructose polymer that acts a little bit like a dietary fiber. It's a probiotic, so it's about replacing ingredients in common foods that will give an additional value. So they are called functional foods. So we have 2 of them on the pipeline right now.
Okay. Now, what would be the benefit of replacing one with the other? If it's, I mean, what's the value that you said? What's the value?
Well, for example, if you take inulin, which is the fructans that I'm telling you about, you eat it, it doesn't get absorbed in the intestine.
the body,
They
okay.
make all the way through to the
Okay.
colon, and then on the colon they are eaten and metabolized by beneficial bacteria that we have there, so therefore they will prevent colon cancer.
Okay.
And they also release some substances. They are called short short-chain fatty acids, and they have some neurological impact.
Neurological.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Okay, is that stimulating? Is that a good thing?
it's normally a good
Okay,
thing.
can we smoke it too?
Nah, I mean, come on. It's not about smoke.
I'm joking. Okay, so so the near future you wanted to publish. What I'm saying is like you want to publish in big publications, like scientific journals and all of that, or just local ones?
No, Scopus Q1.
Okay,
Yeah.
tell us more about that.
Okay, Scopus Q1. Scopus is a database where the scientists from all the world, especially from this side of the world, because it's in Europe, in the Netherlands.
Okay.
So in the American side of the world, we publish with the American Chemical Society and
Okay.
PubMed and all that. But
Okay.
here, it's a database where you send your publications and the different journals, they are ranked according to their impact factor. And that impact factor depends on how many citations you have. It depends on different things.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Q1 is you are aiming to the top side of the whole thing.
So you're aiming high here.
Yeah, that's the idea.
All right.
That's the idea.
Well, I mean, the research looks and sounds very interesting. So hopefully, I'm praying for you, and we'll see what happens.
Hopefully.
Yes, definitely. I wanted to ask you, so tell us about some of the languages that you speak.
Yes, so I speak German, that's my mother tongue. Then I speak English, which I learned in school as a first foreign language, and also French. I also studied Latin in school, but that's not a language I speak because nobody speaks it
But do you
today.
speak it?
I still remember some words, but
Okay.
I haven't practiced it for a long time, and also nobody really speaks Latin, but you learn it to be able to translate texts, like to translate very like
Well, ancient
sources, exactly,
Yes.
to study history most of all.
Yeah. The other thing with Latin is like I know some of my professors used to speak this to each other.
Really?
With each other when they were, I mean, yes, because nobody else knows this language. The one thing about Latin is that no one knows how it sounded because no speaker is alive. So you can assume what it was like, but you don't actually know how it sounded back then.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing with Latin. Okay, so you speak Latin that no one speaks, German and English, and you're learning Russian too.
Yes, I speak a bit of Turkish, which I learned last year when I lived in
right.
Turkey, and then I learned Russian now, which is challenging, to be honest, because there are so many cases and so much grammar and exceptions, but I still enjoy learning it because I want to be able to communicate with people more here in everyday life, obviously.
Cool. And what's your short, long-term plan, basically, the next 2 to 4 years? What's the plan? What is it looking like for you? Here, I mean, here, there, I don't know, you're elsewhere, you're here for a short time, for a long time.
Yes, I want to stay here for some years.
Okay, some years.
And-
Okay, you like it here.
Yes, I like it
Okay.
here.
All right, cool. All right,
Yeah,
so you'll be
and then
here.
live here, and then afterwards,
Who knows?
yes,
Do you
just
have specific plans or not really, for now?
well, not really. No.
Okay.
But afterwards, I would like to study again and to pursue my interest in politics and economics.
Okay, politics, economics. Oh, that's good.
That's also
good.
why I think Uzbekistan is very interesting at the moment, because there's much going on here, with economic development.
Yes, definitely. And a lot of countries like Germany, like US and others, they're investing in here
Exactly.
big, and some of the industries. Very good, very good. Octavio, now I think we asked you again once before, so you speak Spanish and some other languages. Tell us about the language you speak in some places that you have been to in comparison to...
Well, not as many as hers. I only also, besides English and Spanish, which is my native language, I also speak Italian. And I speak Spanish because I didn't say it before, but I'm Cuban Mexican. So exactly, I was born in Mexico, then I grew up in Cuba, and I have been in the countries in the American continent, And it's only until I came to Uzbekistan when I came across the
Ocean.
yeah
The pond.
yeah, across the pond, exactly.
All right. Now, in comparison to, you said even to all of the Americas, well, not all of the Americas, to Americas,
Yeah.
basically here and there.
Basically.
Now, in of course, Cuba being a former communist country and also an island. So how's that compared to a landlocked, and what are some of the things that you're missing in either one, and how do you compare it?
Well, you can certainly see the Soviet trade both in Cuba and in here. There are a couple of things that are similar. In buildings, for example, they are exactly alike. Those old buildings, Soviet buildings, it's like if you were in Alamar in Cuba. It's very similar. And also some kind of wiring. I mean, for example, the way how scientific degrees work here and there is something which is called candidate.
Okay.
Which is similar as what happens in Russia.
Oh, okay.
And in here they have a mixture. They have this PhD, but then again the Doctor of Science. And well, in Cuba they have something similar. And the crazy thing is that it evolved similarly. I mean, they dropped the candidate in Cuba in order to take the PhD, and then they jumped the former doctors to Doctor of Science. The same thing as they did it in here.
Well, I mean, my sister in the U.S. also has a doctorate in science. I said, do you have a PhD? She's like, no, it's a doctorate of science. I don't know what that is. I thought it was the same thing, but I guess doctor of science is different.
It's a little bit higher. When I was studying the doctorate, somebody told me, would you want to take the long road? It will take you 7 years, but you will end up being a doctor of science. If you ever go to the former USSR, that would be very good for you. And I will say, yeah, let's take it.
Yeah.
So I took
I have nothing else to do.
so that I
different.
have nothing else to do. But it was a good thing I did because you can tell the difference. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And obviously, one of the main things you do with PhD or doctorate is research.
Exactly.
And so a lot of lab work for you. Is that the thing? Or
Yeah,
more like teaching and lab work?
absolutely. You go to the lab and you get dirty, as they say it.
Get your hands dirty.
Exactly.
Cool.
Get your hands dirty. No, not you. That's the expression.
I know what you were thinking, but all right. Anyway, Eva,
Yes.
what would be some of your favorite places to visit in the immediate next 5 years in countries? I mean?
So I have visited Samarkand and Bukhara already in Uzbekistan, and I also want to visit Khiva because that's, of course, that's the big three you could say, which everyone recommends you to visit. And then I also would like to travel a bit around Europe and Germany also because if you live in like abroad as a German person, then people talk to you about German cities and where their relatives are and where they have been already, and so sometimes you can't really contribute to the conversation if you haven't been in that city yourself. So I think it's actually important to get to know some famous German cities in the first place.
Okay, like for example, what would be some of the cities that you would like to see in Germany?
Dresden and Köln, for example, because
Okay.
they both have World Heritage sites and are famous for that. And
Around the world, is any other country that you would want to see around the world?
yes, I would like to travel to Arab countries because I really love the Arab language. To be honest, I also would like to learn that one too, and I'm interested in the culture. I like it very much when it's warm, and that's also like Tashkent is not very warm at the moment now, but still on average it's warmer than Germany, I think. So that's even
So you like
You
warm?
should come in
positive-
summer, so
thing.
you see what warm is.
yes.
Yes, definitely. Especially if you want really warm, go to Bukhara in July.
Yeah.
You'll see, you're going to be baked.
Yeah, maybe that's a little bit too much then.
Well, no. You could actually see the opposite ends of what warm is. Oh, cool. Well, very good. Now, in terms of your music, do you plan on joining a band or continuing that, or it was just something that you did as a child or as a young person and no longer are interested in that?
Yeah, I'm still interested in that, but I haven't really figured out whether I want to pursue it longer or which band exactly I want to join, because if you work full time, then you can't have so many hobbies. But yes, I still like it.
Okay. But
Yeah.
do you play at home for yourself or not really?
Not really, to be honest.
Because it's too loud?
Not really.
Okay.
Yeah, but I want to
You're
start
exploring
again.
other things.
Exactly. I'm just getting to know Tashkent and people
good.
here.
Well, speaking of getting to know Tashkent, you are an outdoors person as well.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about those adventures and what have you seen here so far?
Yeah, I've been to Lashkarak and to Kamchatka National Park so far, which was great. Yeah, it's really beautiful, breathtaking scenery with canyons and mountains, snow, different colors, so you can really take great photos there. And if you like hiking, then of course it's the perfect place to live, I think.
Cool. So you're a hiker, I assume, or you're a
Yeah.
camper?
Both.
Okay. Have you camped here or just hiked?
So far, I've only hiked. I almost joined a camping and hiking tour, but almost because they are a bit like I don't have very much experience in difficult hikes and hikes for several days. So yeah.
So you're just going to leave it for maybe a longer period of time. Okay, well that's cool. Well, it was very lovely to speak with both of you. Thank you very much for coming here. My name is Ramin from the American Institute, and see you next time. Bye-bye.